the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for, Thursday morning. It is early, folks. We got some news cycles we're going to go over here together. Instead of just recording, I figure I'm actually recording now. This is going to go out to the Patriot Hour, and we are live on the Patriot Tech. All right. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Patriots out there. I see Simone, Watchful Warrior, is in the house. We got Melvin Campbell, Vicky Ball. Good morning, Patriots. Give a few minutes here. Danielle is up and at 'em. Early bird gets the worm, folks. Never forget. All right, so interesting. I was reading an article here. Antifa's raising bail money for arrest during their straight pride counter protest, which isn't even happened yet, but they're already raising bail money. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Well, it tells you that the left's violent. That's one thing it tells you. The other thing is stay alert, be vigilant, understand and know your surroundings at all times. Understand what's going on around you. All right, just like when you're driving, the way, half of driving is being very alert and looking out for everyone else that might hit you. All right, that's a good defensive driver, not just driving around aimlessly, making sure you don't bump into things and you cause an accident. But I've had several, when you're alert, you can avoid somebody else hitting you. You can stop, slow down, whatever it takes. So that's two parts of driving, folks. All right. Some people do drive around aimlessly, mindlessly, and it's just a catastrophe waiting to happen. We understand that. But don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those people. All right. Let me pull this up. Okay. We'll look at some headlines here. We're going to go over them together. So Antifa's raising the bail money, which I find and everyone should find kind of funny. Okay, so Antifa is raising bail money for arrest during straight pride counter protests that hasn't even happened yet. They are clearly looking for violence. And by raising money, it looks like a way out of it. Or, make sure they can get bailed out quickly and promptly. So to prepare for an upcoming straight pride parade in Boston, Antifa and affiliated groups are already raising money to bail those who commit violence out of jail. Now, the fundraiser posted on a website, Raiser, is titled Solidarity Against Hate Legal Defense Fund. It is being operated by Solidarity Against Hate Boston, who describes themselves as Antifa. As a writing of this article, the fund has raised $1,710 of their goal of $2,500. Wow. So Antifa is raising the bail money. We see here in a description of the fundraiser, they state, this is directly off their website, known facets are white supremacist under the front organization Super Happy Fun America are descending on Boston for straight pride on Saturday, 8/31. We have for the last 3 years, Boston will repel them with beautiful and bold direct action. In preparation for possible unplanned arrest, we are raising $2,500 to cover any legal fees as well as supplies for jail support, rides home, food, change of clothes, etc. Of course, their description of the event is an outright lie. The group organizing the event, Super Happy Fun America, specifically denounced white supremacy and fascism In their description of the event, they state that anybody affiliated with Antifa or any other hate group are not welcome, stating that they are not happy and fun. So among the speakers at the event are right-wing supporter Milo Yiannopoulos and volunteers YouTube personal Adam Cokes. Considering the Yiannopoulos is openly gay and married to a black man, it is difficult to claim that the event is anti-gay or white supremacist as the left is trying to do. So see how they their stories don't add up from the get-go. They try telling you, no, this is what it is, and then you're like, no, you got facts. Then you shove them down their throat. It doesn't quite matter because they're going to stick to their narrative, folks. They're going to stick to their narrative till the end. So here is their actual Twitter link. Super Happy Fun America. Call the mayor Marty Walsh's office. Gives a number right there. So one must only imagine the outrage that would occur if the police said the same thing about a gay pride parade. Let's take a look here, see. All right. This guy's kind of rambling on there. Okay, so that is interesting. So again, if you're in that area, Boston, or you plan on being there for this event or in the area for this event, simply stay alert and vigilant to your surroundings and know where you're at all times and what's going on. And that just takes a little bit of paying attention. It's not too hard, folks. Not too hard at all. Okay, so we got Omar running scared after local news confronts her on her other sick affair. You guys have been hearing tidbits about this. It's quite wild. So watch Omar running scared after local news confronts her on a sick affair. So Ilhan Omar is having an affair with a businessman who was a recipient in receipt of over $230,000 from her campaign. So that's what his salary was while he was dating her, and while she was running to get her selected seat. He got paid that, and he was her lover. An affair or whatever. So of course the local news is going to ask the question. Good for them, because the national news networks have not. So she is asked a tough question and simply runs away. Stay classy, Ilhan. Here's more from the Gateway Pundit. So how awful that this Omar was hanging out in public with her lover and his 13-year-old son before he announced his affair to his wife. Unbelievable. So as reported earlier, Dr. Beth Jordan Mainet declared in the court divorce filing that her political consultant husband left her for Representative Ilhan Omar, according to the New York Post. Dr. Beth Jordan Mainet say her cheating spouse, Tim Mainet, told her in April that he was having an affair with a Somalia-born U.S. representative, and that he even made a shocking declaration of love for the Minnesota congresswoman before he ditched his wife. Alleges the filing submitted in D.C. Superior Court on Tuesday. Now, the physician, 55, and her 38-year-old husband, who had worked for the lefty Democrats such as Omar and her Minnesota predecessor, Keith Ellison, have a 13-year-old son together. The parties physically separated on or about April 7th of 2019 when the defendant told plaintiff that he was romantically involved and in love with another woman, Ilhan Omar, the court paper said. So the Minnesota lawmaker paid her lover's firm, E Street group approximately $230,000 through her campaign since 2018 for fundraising consulting, digital communications, internet advertising, and travel expenses. That's a lot of cash. And now this. Tim Maynay was hanging out with Ilhan Omar in public with his 13-year-old son before he told his wife about the affair. The ex-wife wants custody of the son for putting her son in danger. Okay. So there is that story. Interesting indeed. I don't know. This lady has been plagued with things that come out of her mouth. And now it looks like things that maybe go into her mouth. I don't know, but she doesn't seem to be a very good person. All right, we're going to look at a few more articles here. I wanted to actually, I was looking into the old Pete Buttigieg, right? So Pete Buttigieg gave the special IDs. You guys remember us reporting on this? This is going to be his. They're looking into this, all right? FBI raided South Bend. The offices for some of this stuff got tons and tons of paperwork. Pete Buttigieg gave special IDs to illegal immigrants in the South Bend area. All right, so Mayor Pete Buttigieg created a way for illegal immigrants to get a special identification card in the South Bend, Indiana. Working with the Hispanic community organizing group La Casa de Amistad, Buttigieg created a special community resident card for illegal immigrants and then signed an executive order requiring the town to accept them. So the card is created by and issued by La Casa. Unbelievable. So then we can look at back here to December 15th to 16. South Bend launched this whole idea, all right? Illegal immigrants living in South Bend will soon be able to get their own ID. Mayor Pete Buttigieg plans, again, that is not his real name. He just picked one. And how did he land on that one? Plans to sign an executive order on Friday. This would have been back in 2016, December. So this card. Now, the mayor is adamant that people who get this ID cannot use it to vote or drive a car. Simply, though, he went around the city and, like you said, he put an executive order in, folks, to make sure, like Public Works, any of these companies that wouldn't, that wanted an ID to start somebody up, internet, you have to have an ID, a phone, you just have to show an ID. The illegals didn't have any of it. So he went around the city and made, you make sure you take this card. We've done the vetting on it. It's a legit card. And forced these companies by executive order to accept it. Can't really do that. So hold on here. I want to. So we got it right here. I'm going to do this. Let's see here. We'll call him.
Hello, this is a bilingual message. Gracias por llamar a la Casa de Amistad. En este momento no puedo contestar su llamada porque estoy lejos de mi escritorio o porque ha llamado después de horas de oficina. Nuestras horas de oficina regulares son de lunes a jueves de 9 de la mañana a 6 de la tarde. Cerramos de 12 a 1 para el almuerzo. Por favor, deje un breve mensaje con su nombre y número de teléfono y nos pondremos en contacto con usted lo más pronto posible. Gracias. Thank you for calling La Casa de Amistad. At this time, I cannot come to the phone. I am either away from my desk or you have called after business hours. Our regular business hours are Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We do close from 12 to 1 for lunch. Please leave a brief message with your name and number, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an ID. Get back in touch with me. I'll just call back here in a little bit, see if you guys are still operating. All right, yeah. So what? Spanish is the first language I had to sit there through, and then they get to the English. Again, folks, I don't know if they're still operating. That was my point. It is past 8 o'clock here. So this is a South Bend ID card. Now it says right here, what are the benefits? The SBID will be a verified photo identification card. A primary benefit will be to interact with the City of South Bend services like the South Bend PD. I didn't, fire departments. The South Bend ID is, that's the only two they put, etc. So it'll be up to the companies, vendors, and offices outside of the city departments if they accept the card. We are working on the final list of places that will accept the ID. Nice. Real nice. 25 bucks, by the way. Like, that's more than like the official licenses and crap that are, they're up there. 18 bucks, 23 bucks. What the hell for 25 bucks? Where does that money go, by the way? It goes back into the program to make another ID for the next guy. I don't know. Seems like quite a bit of money, too. So, we'll, all right, we'll try that again later, maybe. If you guys, maybe they don't answer. Maybe they only, kind of keep an eye on their list or listen back for phone calls and call people back that sound like, they need an ID. I don't know. I didn't leave a number, so. All right. We're going to look at a few more articles here, folks, this morning. And probably going to start doing something like this every morning. I've been wanting to do at least, even if it's a 15 to 20 minute, when I'm doing my morning article, I'll probably going to start going live every single morning, folks. I know it's a random time. Some of you can be here, some of you can't. It doesn't matter. The video's here to be played all day, all week, whatever. But it gives us time here every morning. And while I'm recording for the Patriot Hour, why not go live for the Patriot Tech just to help keep that going and keep it active. We just went 6 months without even logging into the Patriot Tech, so I was surprised to come back, see that it had got up to close to 9 grand. I think we got 9,000 subscribers. Again, that's mostly people from the Patriot Hour when we created it. So again, if you're not subscribed over here at the Patriot Tech, please make sure you are, for all the live shows that we do for the current time. All right, so this next article, what was I looking at? All right, we're looking at the Gateway Pundit. Portly Hillary Clinton spotted in the Hamptons looking rough, wrapped in a tent. What the hell? What the hell? So portly Hillary Clinton spotted in the Hamptons looking rough, wrapped in a tent. Whoa. What the hell is that? What the hell? Is she dressing herself again? What the hell is going on? Unbelievable. They fired some of her staff. Now she's rolling out of bed and just jumping into whatever, or never even took the sheet off, maybe. I don't know what's going on there, folks. What is wrong with Hillary Clinton? Twice failed presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton was spotted in the Hamptons on Monday looking rough, wrapped in a tent type material. Oh, shoot. For years, Hillary Clinton has denied she has a significant health problem, but she looks unwell in recent pictures. Thank God this woman is not president. Hillary donned a pinstripe tent. She pitched a tent, folks. Hillary come out donning a pinstripe tent and white hat as she strolled through Amagant Square, New York, with a friend, reported the Daily Mail. The past couple of weeks, Bill and Hillary have been all smiles in the Hamptons after Bill's pedophile pal Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in prison. All smiles and good to go. Bill and Hillary, wearing another mummy, also attended a party with a Iranian billionaire, Joseph Monin, shortly after the New York City medical examiner officially ruled Jeffrey Epstein's death a suicide. Well, of course, they're in celebratory mode. So, and this woman wanted to be president of the United States. Could have been your next president, folks. I know. Oh man, she should be walking around in Gitmo. Yeah, you need to make that thing orange and have her floating around in it, you know. Ooh, that was something else. All right, let me get this back up. Oof, man. That's wild. Yeah, that's wild. She was at a tent and awning sale, folks, and she came across that. It was on sale. All right, we'll look at some more headlines off the old Gateway Pundit. Okay, so 9/11 first responders monument vandalized in New York City. Police seek information about the culprit. That's just unsat. They had to mess with the monument. Shelter for battered women and rape victim vandalized with kill turfs and trans power graffiti. Dead rat nailed to the door. Wow. Shelter for battered women. And they freaking nailed a rat to the door. I mean, a Canadian shelter for battered women and rape victims has been the target of persistent threats and transgender activists over the denial of services to those who are biologically male. They have now been vandalized twice. Look at that. These people go there. I need help. Well, you're a man. We don't help. We do women. Then they come back. They do this. They nailed dead rats to the door, and they violence your business. They just vandalize it, create violence around you. They have been vandalized twice in approximately 2 weeks. In one incident, a dead rat was nailed to the Vancouver Crisis Center's door. When the staff of the shelter, the Crisis Center, arrived for work on Tuesday, they were greeted by vandalism, declaring "Kill TERFs," which stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist and Trans Power. Unbelievable. Those running the shelter, which has been operational since 1973, say that they were dedicated to ending male violence against women and want to provide a space free from biological males where the victims they are serving can comfortably heal. Activists have taken issues with this, declaring the trans women are women and should thus be entitled to the center's services. Tired of the delusions, folks. It's all about science. The left. Science, shove it down your throat, and then you get to this stuff, and then they, wow. Science goes out the window. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, these people. Keep going to the store. I don't want nothing to do with it. Go away. Oh, shut down the wrong one. There we go. Keep clicking right here and going to the store like I'm going to buy a shirt. Okay, so that battered women shelter is under attack. Texas family fighting Child Protective Services to get their kid back. You know, that's an issue. 4chan users claims to be behind MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell hoax. So a 4chan user is taking credit for the hoax, which led to MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell issuing an apology on air Wednesday evening. O'Donnell had reported on, based on one single source, the Russian oligarchs have code-signed Donald Trump's loans from Deutsche Bank in 1998, which was a lie. This guy was forced to come on against all his best knowledge to say he was wrong. I know it hurt his feelings. This guy is a true tool of the, leftist agenda. He's one of the biggest mouthpiece out there. So the Deutsche Bank is a possession of a loan documents that show Donald Trump has obtained loans with cosigners and that he would have not been able to obtain those loans without cosigners, O'Donnell had said. Adding, the source close to the Deutsche Bank says that the cosigners of Donald Trump's Deutsche Bank loans are Russian billionaires, close to Vladimir Putin. In a 4chan post claiming credit for the hoax, an anonymous user wrote, "Here to claim my prize. It's easier to send an anonymous tip to a Trump-hating news organization and watch them report it with no fact-checking. I sent the attached email to Lawrence O'Donnell yesterday, and he reported it. I didn't think it would work, but the bait was too juicy. Now he is disgraced and discredited. All NBC email addresses are first at last name at NBC. He gives emails for everything. They are begging for tips, so I sent one. Hi, Ben Collins. Hi, Hillary. There you go. So this guy trolled this Lawrence. The post also contained a screenshot of the email to show his being honest. Hi, Lawrence. My husband was a chief loan officer for Deutsche Bank when the massive loan and Mr. Trump was approved. At the time of the application, Mr. Trump's finances were assessed to be maximum level risk, according to the internal scoring system. As a result, any loans required a cosigner. Unexpectedly, the loan documents were signed by a Russian oligarch with direct ties to Putin. The host admitted on Twitter on Wednesday that he had made an error in judgment running with the story, then took to the airwaves later that night with a more thorough apology. Last night on this show, I discussed information that wasn't ready for reporting, O'Donnell. See, look at that. It wasn't ready for reporting, O'Donnell said. I repeated statements a single source told me about the president's finances and loan documents with Deutsche Bank, saying as I discussed, the information was not good enough. I did not go through the rigorous verification and standard processes here at MSNBC that we do. Folks, this is all a lie. I was watching something of the whole, how we got to where we're at, where, it started even with Reagan. Reagan did things to deregulate the media so they can start buying up more and more. And then you had Bush come in and, Clinton did some stuff in 96, signed some paperwork that helped them a little more. Then you had Bush. And then you had Obama, and the deal is done. I mean, they made it to where that's why we're in the situation we're in. These conglomerates own everything in the media, including the channels, the news. So we don't get that reporting that we used to get anymore. Of course, we all know that, and this is the issue. Here's this guy trying to spin his way out of what they do every day, lie. But this one, the guy, quickly, it was a little bit too loud of a lie, a little bit too much heat around it. So he should not have said it or posted it on his Twitter. He shouldn't have said it on his show. I was wrong in doing so. This afternoon, attorneys for the president sent us a letter asserting the story is false. They demanded a retraction. Tonight, we are retracting the story. We don't know whether the information is inaccurate, but the fact is, we don't know. We do know it wasn't ready for broadcast, and for that, I apologize. Eric Trump was not willing to accept the apology and announced that the company will be taking legal action against the disgraced host. So Eric Trump puts, this was a reckless attempt to slander our family and smear a great company. Apologies are not enough when the true intent was solely to damage and cause harm. As a company, we will be taking legal action. This is unethical behavior, and it has to stop. And then he was linked to the Lawrence O'Donnell. So there you go, folks. Unbelievable bits of information here. All right, again, this is just an update morning news browse, going through some headlines. I'm going to dial in on something. I got something in the works, something I did not cover here, but I'll be working on that for the next hour or so. Look for that video to be out around noon or so, and thanks for joining in on this morning, top of the morning to each and every one of you. God bless, Godspeed. It's a glorious day. Make the most of it. Tomorrow is Friday for all of you working Monday to Friday, the traditional Monday to Friday. Tomorrow is your weekend, kicks off your weekend, so enjoy it. Get through today, and we got one more to do. That would be tomorrow. All right, again, I'm Michael, Patriot Hour. God bless. We'll see you back here on the very next update video coming here real soon, later today. Have a great one.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This
Yeah.
is indeed a Q.
Hey, Froggy.